Yes, hello, good morning, Indian engineering team. Last week we have achieved two great success points, which do prove our ability to swipe all our competitors away, to change the industry, to dominate that market, and to create an industry in India which is at least bigger than 10,000 people, bigger than 10,000 people. So those 2 points are very obvious to me, but they may not be obvious to you. And that's why I want to share them with this video. Let me name them first and let's explain them quickly so that we are all quickly through. The first point is a performance point on the production of the Elisabethenstraße 27 Scout ad. The second point is an engineering success where we have increased our causality and our ability to understand Grundriss USPs, especially offenness. Now let me start with the first, with the Immobilien Scout ad. In front of you is my inbox from in my Outlook, and as you can see here at 0:17 I have sent, Mahesh and myself are communicating here through the inbox. This is a shared account which Mahesh sees and I'm seeing. So I have sent an internal mail which says that the E27 ad can be published. You'll see it here. And at 3:57 Mahesh has responded and has said okay, he has produced this ad here and he has sent that to the owner and asking the owner how he likes the ad. So that's an overnight sequence, and the ad which he effectively produced looks like this one here. This is the ad, and 1 second, I changed the screen a bit. Now you can see it better, and this ad here has the picture-in-picture ability. So this is the first slide, and picture-in-picture means that in one picture we have n sub-pictures from 1 to 10. This one has 10 sub-pictures, and what it allows, by just going through the mouse overs, you don't have to read all the text, which is with Immobilien Scout. I'll show you all the text. This is all the text. All that you don't have to read. All that comes automatically, self-explanatory, if you just do the mouse overs here and see the pictures. Now this kind of ad already outperforms, it is our standard ad, and it is already unachievable in India because this is difficult. This is done on a PowerPoint, and the creation of that PowerPoint takes a couple of hours, and these hours cannot be spent due to the cost disadvantage our German competitors have in Germany. They say, no, it's not worth it. We have to live somehow different. So they cannot do that, whereas we can, and that's why our ad is more attractive, and that's why more people click on that ad. And what happens here is, as you can see in my inbox, at 9:16 the first person has clicked it. Now this sequence cannot be achieved anymore. Now if there would be a third person, the third person right now would answer here immediately, and that cannot be achieved in Germany. Now this is the first point which I wanted to make. In performance now, this performance sequence swipes away all our competitors. It's just a small sequence of the whole process, but if this is achieved for one sequence, it will be also achieved for all other sequences of the processes. And my initial statement that we will swipe away all our competitors, create an outperformant business process, and create 10,000 jobs in India is proved on this one. Now let's come to the next point. Yesterday we sat together and we worked collectively on understanding this shows now my local OneNote book. We have created these different icons and colors, and we have collectively collaborated on this mind map through a fishbone diagram in order to increase our rationality. So let me open it quickly, it'll open. Yesterday we were at a point where our rationality, I thought it's opening, no, let me do it. Is it already open? I don't know. Oh, it is here. Oh, now it got open twice. This happens if you're impatient like me. So let's go back. Here it is. Let's move this. So yesterday we collaborated here within this map on the point of Offen, here on this one. You see with the colors, you see whom has entered what. And we had this connected in a different manner. We had this point as as a most likely cause connected here. It was connected like this, and this point was connected like this, and that green point was not at all there. So we went through all this. I said, it said here very clear at this point that I feel there's a consistency trouble here, and that's right. And here are the different consistency troubles named. Now, based on that discussion, I looked at the whole thing. I said, okay, team, this is right. This has to be connected like this, and I changed the causality, and that changed causality made it far more clear. I said, okay, I have this one here integrating a second room that into the room. So I was able to say, create this. Is this new causality producing less criteria errors? I was able to put this for discussion, and now this understanding now is the new one, which says incorporating multiple room functionality in one single room. That is just another example one here. So that's the new causality which we have. We say something is open if one room incorporates the functionality of incorporating multiple room functionality into single rooms. So if one room carries the functionality of two different rooms, and that can be either integrating a second room into the room, it can be integrating a balcony or a terrace, or it can be integrating it in a kitchen. Now, in both cases, in all the three cases, we have two functions of a room in one single room, and that's why this is Offen. Now, this is a new causality, and that new causality will create drastic ripple effects. We can say, hey, if this is a core differentiation criteria, what is the implication of this on functional? Because if it works to distinguish Offen, shouldn't it work also to distinguish functional? Shouldn't it work also to distinguish loft? And it does. Here in loft, again, we are in some misery, which says something, but we are not clear. We don't have a second one. Now, if we take this one from Offen, and if we say, well, if 2 in 1 is for Offen, it looks to me like bigger than 2 in 1, 3 in 1, 4 in 1, 5 in 1 is loft. And all of a sudden we have this. And all of a sudden this new understanding makes other points more clear. And that's the effect which I wanted to show to you. The moment we are collaborating here on the causality in the way we did, somebody will achieve the breakthrough and will be able to add such a most likely cause. The moment such a most likely cause is added, that is the moment when we have achieved a breakthrough on on an increased understanding. So this is what I wanted to show to you, and I do thank you a lot for this, and this was great. Let me just do this now here, flags. It's very difficult to navigate with all these screens at the beginning, but here it is. Oh, I removed this here. Now let's move it here. Here it is, the most likely cause. Maybe we are able to add a second one also. Okay, so we have two most likely causes here. Now that's the point. That's the point. This is what I wanted to show to you, and we will keep on discussing more and more and more, and increasing the causality more and more, and that increasing of the causality here on the understanding of the business logic, that will simplify the process. This was at the beginning a difficult thing, integrating this and that. It was difficult to understand. Now the process is at that point where we can say, okay, all we have to check is, are minimum 2 functions of a room, either a kitchen or a bath or a terrace, incorporated in one sole room. If this criteria is met, we do speak about Offen. If this criteria is not met, we do not speak about Offen. Are more than if there are more than 2, then we don't speak about Offen, we do speak about loft. If there are less than 2, then we don't speak about Offen, and we can only speak about functional. Now, in this way, the rationality and the causality it has already simplified our ability to perform it. It has already allows us to move this onto a digital collaboration interface, such as this new SharePoint here. Already we could enter here Offen and loft and functional and make this process, even with a new graphical user interface, far easier. And this is the way we will continue, and we will change the industry within this way. So thank you very much. I think this was very good, and I'm looking forward to achieve further successes in this direction. Thank you. Bye.